Is your product backlog a confusing mess? If you've ever felt overwhelmed trying to break a massive epic into features and then tiny, shippable stories, you're not alone. The secret to fast, successful delivery isn't just what you build, but how you organize the work. We're cutting through the complexity right now to give you the simple, logical structure you need for a perfectly organized backlog. Let's dive in. We start right at the top with the epic. This is the highest level of planning. Think of the epic as the massive problem you're trying to solve or the major objective you want to achieve. It's simply too big and too complex to fit into a single development sprint. The epic provides that crucial high-level why behind everything your team does. Examples of an epic would be upgrade checkout flow to support multi-currency or implement enterprise single sign-on SSO. What the description must include. The problem statement. What pain point are we solving? An example would be employees waste time managing multiple login credentials across dozens of internal applications, leading to frustration, frequent password reset requests, and potential security fatigue from password overload. The business outcome. What quantifiable result will success deliver? An example would be reduce average login time by 45 seconds per employee per day, decrease password reset tickets by 30% monthly, and enhance enterprise security posture. The definition of done, a high-level list of what must be true for the epic to be complete. For example, all major internal web applications are integrated with new SSO system. User authentication and successful setup guides are available. Comprehensive documentation for setup and user guides with no critical vulnerabilities found. Who defines this? Product managers or executive stakeholders. Epics generally represent months or quarters of work. An epic must be broken down before a single line of code is written, and that brings us to the middle layer, the feature. If the epic is the what and the why, then the feature is the how. Think of the feature as a major component or a specific capability required to deliver the epic. The difference? An epic is about solving a big problem, like implement enterprise single sign-on. A feature is a specific piece of functionality needed to achieve that. Feature characteristics. Value-driven. It delivers clear, tangible value to the user or the business on its own. Testable. You can independently verify that the functionality works. Shippable, in theory, defined and complete enough that it could theoretically be shipped. Feature examples for the SSO epic would be SAML 2.0 integration with CRM, provisioning and deprovisioning users via SCIM, etc. Quick sizing rule for features. They represent weeks or a full sprint of focused effort. Features are primarily used for release planning. To get this work done, we break it down into the smallest unit, the user story. The user story, the what? The user story is the smallest, most concrete piece of work in your entire backlog. A user story is always written from the perspective of the end user or customer. This ensures your team stays focused on delivering something valuable to them. The standard story format. Every user story should follow this simple, powerful template. As a user, I want to perform some action so that I can achieve some goal or value. User story examples for the SCIM provisioning feature. As a system administrator, I want to automatically deactivate a user's account when they are removed from our corporate directory so that our data stays secure and compliant. The critical component that turns a story into code is the acceptance criteria. This is a bulleted list of conditions that must be met for the story to be considered done. Quick sizing rule for stories. They should take days, must be complete within a single sprint. Pro tip, the INVEST criteria: a great story must be independent, negotiable, valuable, estimable, small, and testable. If your story fails any of these, it needs further refinement. Let's bring it all back to the one core truth. A chaotic backlog is a slow-moving one. We've established the simple logical structure. The epic is the why, the massive strategic problem. The feature is the how, the shippable, value-driven capability. The story is the what, the smallest actionable user-centric task. By consistently applying this framework, you're creating a crystal clear line of sight from executive strategy down to the very first line of code. This clarity cuts down on rework, accelerates your delivery, and ensures every single task your team performs is focused on driving that high-level business outcome. If you found this helpful and want more quick tips to boost your productivity, hit the like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching.